So we're pulling a John Denver today, take me home country roads here in rural southwestern Ontario, just outside of London. And like you, I know the smoke is cleared and the dust has settled from New Year's Eve. The parties, the festivities, the celebrations are over. The relatives have gone home. And like you, I've been spending the last few days wondering, what's in store for this new calendar year that's upon us, and how do you take advantage of the promise of a fresh start, or this clean slate has to offer. And I'm not that fussy about New Year's resolutions, and I don't know about you, but New Year's resolutions are like in one year, out the other. So let's explore ways to kick 2016 into overdrive as we roll on down the highway here on the Reinvention Chronicles. The New Year's resolution. Well, little research shows that the tradition dates back to the ancient Babylonians, some 4,000 years ago. And apparently the Babylonians used promises to the gods in exchange for favors. This tradition was followed up by the Romans, the Catholics in the Middle Ages. And over the last few decades, research scientists have shown that anywhere of about 50% or so of any population will make New Year's resolutions. But as you know, so many New Year's resolutions are futile, and you wonder why is it they ultimately fail. And to that end, you do a little digging and you discover that a lot of psychologists attribute it to false hope syndrome. That's right, false hope syndrome. It starts with the resolution itself is totally unrealistic and out of alignment with our internal view. In other words, we tend to overestimate our own abilities and underestimate the time and the effort involved. Metaphorically, you might say that New Year's resolutions are the classic case of the road to hell being paved with good intentions. But what if there's an opportunity at hand that most just don't see? It might surprise you to know, but at the beginning of any week, any month, any new year, it forms what psychologist Richard Thaler calls a notational boundary. That's right, a notational boundary. And what it does, it creates a spike in the spirit of optimism, the promise or the sense of a whole new me. And the data proves it. Historical data proves that optimism is at its highest in early January than at any other time through the course of the calendar year. That's why historically most diets begin January 1st, or the gym business, for example, the memberships at gyms all over North America skyrocket this time of year. Even the stock market over time has shown improved performance through the early stages of January. So the question now becomes, how best to take advantage of this opportunity? It needs to be seized. It's just not going to show up on its own, and it would be a shame to waste this cultural moment in time. So in that sense, why begin? Why begin a new year with a fresh start on the same old habits? So I never want to imply that I've got everything figured out, or that I'm some sort of guru on the subject of New Year's resolutions, but to me the answer is as obvious as the front windshield before me, and it has to do with changing the internal dialogue. In other words, totally changing the story you tell yourself in your one-on-one conversations, you with self, or maybe just your furry friends here in the back. And so how do you basically tell yourself a whole new story that realigns the mental chatter? So specifically, when it comes to New Year's resolutions, long ago, I decided to say screw it to the idea of a New Year's resolution. I mean, why set yourself up for failure? Instead, I opted for a New Year's attribution. That's right, a New Year's attribution. In other words, attribute a single word, idea, or phrase and use it as an appropriate theme for an entire year. So I know in January 2010, on the 4th of January 2010, it was alchemy. 2011 was energy. Last year, believe it or not, it was key lime pie, which if you use your imagination, you could figure out what that would represents symbolically. But think about your own situation, for example, and what you want to achieve in 2016. Could a single word help reshape and redefine the year ahead? In other words, it would capture the essence of what it is you want to accomplish and who you want to be. And it really doesn't matter what the word is. It could be care or control. It could be humility or horizon. Could be accountability. Could be abracadabra. It doesn't matter what the word is. It all depends on the magic that you want to make happen in 2016 and beyond. I mean, it becomes your word, and it helps you focus on this front windshield of opportunity. And I know that's a simple metaphor, but I think it's very true. The front windshield represents all the wide open opportunity and possibilities that lie before us, and that's where we want to focus most of our attention, not the rear view mirror full of regret, anger, misgivings over people, events, circumstances that are long past your control. You spend too much time looking in the rear view mirror, as we know, and you'll not only run yourself off the road, you'll cause havoc around you and miss out on the front windshield of opportunity that lies straight ahead. So like the two-faced Roman god Janus, for whom the month of January is named, we must look both forward towards the future and back towards the past in order to accurately predict and plan what we want to see happen in the year ahead. So if you're curious, my particular 2016 New Year's attribution word is foundation. I think it works on so many levels, especially after moving halfway across the country in 2015, a year of great change, great upheaval, if you want to know the truth. Dana and I are looking to establish some roots here in our hometown of London, Ontario, our new hometown. And so foundation, I think, works on so many levels personally for myself, as far as my fitness and health and nutritional and hydrational goals are concerned. And certainly foundation works in terms of the business year we want to plan in terms of better systems and things of that nature. So, you know, for, again, like we talked about earlier, your word, your New Year's attribution word, has to work for you. And I think this connects very well to one of the 7 principles of the Reinvention Code, which is to clarify perspective, which means to take the wider view, get the bigger picture. In other words, go wide and see all of the things before you decide to go deep and focus tactically on what needs to happen. Clarify your perspective, and I think the New Year's attribution word is a great technique to be able to do that. So here are 3 action steps that you can put into practice right away. Very practical, very tangible things that you can do as a result of spending some time here with us today. Number 1, make a New Year's attribution. In other words, pick that single defining word or phrase that's going to capture the essence of what you want this year to be, so it serves as your mental GPS for the entire calendar year. Number 2, share your New Year's attribution with at least 3 friends, or better still, find yourself an accountability partner, and that will really take it up a notch. And thirdly, create what I call a vision board or an energy board. And it reflects the theme of your New Year's attribution. You put it in a prominent place in your home or in your office, and you fill it with words, pictures, phrases that really capture the essence of what you want 2016 to represent. You know, it's been said that if you don't know where you're going, any road is going to take you there. But maybe things will just be a little bit different as you try and change and clarify what's ahead through your looking glass as you create your own wonderland in 2016 and beyond. Some foundational thoughts on how to recreate and reimaginate the business, the life, the career, indeed the year that you deserve.